Yeah.
Okay. See, guys, this is the last example that I told you that you must practice this example. But here we need to continue with the two more keywords are there. One is throw and second one is throws. So now we are going to discuss about what is throw, what is throws, and we would like to know about all these kind of things. Okay, guys, so we like to know all these kind of things. What is throw, what is throws? Because we used them in this code, throw keyword, throws keyword, both of them we have used. So we have to know about them first. That is what we are going to discuss today. And there is a concept called as what is a try with resources. So that is also one more thing. And what is the meaning of writing the multi-exception catch block? Okay, multi-exception catch block is also there. We can able to write multi-exception catch block. So we are going to look at about these 3 points so that we can conclude the exception handling topic. And we'll also start with the next topic as generics. Okay. Look at this, guys. So there are two keywords we need to discuss. One is called throw and second one is called throws. Okay. As we discussed in the last example, if you look at this throw keyword here, there is a keyword called throw. Actually, try, catch, finally are the blocks. Try, catch, and finally they are called what? Blocks. But whereas if you take throw and throws, they are called keywords, or we can say them as simply classes. Okay. So first we'll understand about throw. Actually, throw is to throw an exception from the method body. For example, if you take this is the main method, and we call it as completely the body of the method, body of the main method. Or for example, if you take this get insurance details method, and we call it as totally the body of the method. So throw is a keyword used to throw an exception from the method body. Throw is a keyword used to throw an exception from the method body. Okay. But every exception can be thrown in the form of an object. So we use new keyword for constructing an object of a class. New keyword used to construct an object of a class. Throw keyword is to throw the exception object, or we can say throw keyword is to throw an exception from the method body. Okay, right? Coming to the point. If you look at this main method, for example, here I'm using throw keyword. Here also I'm using throw keyword. Here also, the thing is, even though I'm using the throw keyword 2 times, at a time, the 2 exceptions cannot be thrown from the method body. So only one throw will be executed. If the first condition is true, if this condition is true, then this throw statement will execute. And if this condition is true, this throw statement will execute. If a throw statement is executed, the remaining statements in the method body, they are not executed. For example, if this throw statement is executed, which means what? It is going to throw the exception from the method body. Whenever any exception is thrown from the method body, automatically the control jumps to the nearest catch block. Okay, it will jump to the nearest catch block. Am I clear with this point, guys? So that's what I'm trying to explain to all of you guys. What I'm trying to say is throw keyword we use in the method body. Let me write the point here. Next. And whenever you use throw keyword, okay, the throw keyword used to throw the exception object from the method body. Exception object means what? First you have to create the object using new keyword. Now this part is called exception object. Of course, here the exception is illegal argument exception. New is for constructing object, which is nothing but this part is whatever I have selected. This is the object. Throw is the keyword to throw this object from the method body. So throw keyword used to throw the exception object from the method body. Okay, that's the important part. Throw keyword is to throw the exception object from the method body. Whenever throw keyword throws an exception object, or when an exception object is thrown from the method body, then immediately the control jumps to the nearest catch block. Okay, right? When there are multiple throw, if for example a throw statement is executed, the remaining statements in that method will not be executed. Okay, this is a simple point called throw. This is the purpose of the throw keyword. Okay, there is nothing more to explain on this. The purpose is given for that only. That is the purpose of the throw keyword. Am I clear with you, online folks? Online guys, am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is the simple purpose of the throw keyword. Let's understand throws keyword next, but first let me read the points on throw. Okay, I'm writing the statement which is related to the throw keyword, right? Okay, let us understand about the throw keyword. What I'm saying now, throw keyword is used in method body. First point. Okay, throw keyword is used in method body. In method body. Am I clear? Throw keyword is used in method body. In method body. And what is the purpose of the throw keyword? Let me write. Okay, what is the purpose of the throw keyword?
Yeah, throw keyword will be used to the throw the custom
exception
or
object.
explicitly exceptions.
Yeah, throw keyword is used to throw an exception object from a method body. Okay, is to throw an exception object from a method body. If throw statement is executed in method body, then remaining statements are
Not
what? Then
executed.
remaining statements are what? Remaining statements are not executed. Then the remaining statements are not executed. Okay. If a throw statement is executed, the control jumps to the
Future statement.
Nearest catch block.
If a throw statement is executed, then the control jumps to the where?
Nearest catch.
Catch block.
Control jumps to the nearest catch block. Nearest catch block. Control jumps to the nearest catch block. Okay. This is about throw keyword. Now coming to throws keyword. If you look at the first method, that is called get insurance details method. If you observe, tell me, in this I have a throw keyword. In this statement,
Yes.
in this method, I have a throw keyword, but I don't have any nearest catch block.
Yes.
So if there is no nearest catch block, then am I getting any error in this code then?
No.
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 No, I'm not getting any error because this is a code that we have discussed. Here we have a throw keyword. Are you getting any error? Are you getting any error at line number 10? Did you get any error here? No.
No.
But do you have any nearest catch block in this method? That is also no.
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 No. Yeah. So if there is no nearest catch block to handle the exception, if there is no catch block is found to handle the exception, then the control is going to check for throws. Actually, what's the purpose of throws? Then first we have to say. Okay, suppose if a method is not interested to handle any particular exception class, nothing but it is not interested to handle any exception, a particular exception, let's say, then that method can propagate the exception to the caller method. If a method is interested to handle the exception, then keep the code in try and catch. But if a method is not interested to handle an exception, then you can declare that exception with the throws, which means a method can propagate the exception to the caller method by using which keyword? Throws keyword. So what the purpose of throws keyword is? Throws keyword is used to propagate an exception to the caller method. So first let me write that point. And where can I use throws keyword? Throw keyword is inside the method body. But throws keyword used in method signature. In the method signature. This is called method signature or method header.
Yes.
So let me write. What I want to write. The point is, if a method wants to propagate an exception, to whom? To the caller method. To its caller method, better. If a method wants to propagate an exception to its caller method, okay, then throws keyword is used. Okay, where can I use throws keyword? Throws keyword is used in method signature. In method signature, not in method body. Throws keyword is used in method signature. Okay, using throws keyword, a method can propagate
Exception to the caller method.
A method can propagate one or more exceptions to the caller method.
Yes.
One or more exceptions. If it is more exceptions, then use comma for separating one
And
exception
throws
to the other exception.
And throws, sir, can I?
Only one exception only it can throw at a time.
Wait, so can you quickly go back? I didn't
see here. Sorry.
Can you quickly go back to the notes?
I'll come. Yes, here. This is throws, right? See here. Insurance not found exception is one exception.
Okay.
I can also write what here? Insurance not found exception, comma. For example, just to understand here, okay? It is only for, to explain. I can use comma and I can add more than one here. For example, I'm writing class cast exception. Just understand. I have a question to you. Do you have any error at line 4 in my code?
No.
No error, which means, can I use comma and can I provide more than one exception class here? Yes. Means at a time throws can be used to propagate more than one exception also.
Yes.
That is what my statement have used. So I just want to remove this. Of course, it's not required for me. This is only to explain you. So here I go, guys. What's my statement here? Using throws keyword, a method can propagate one or more exceptions to the caller method. If you want to propagate, suppose if a method wants to propagate more than one exception, then how can you write that method with throws keyword is by keeping comma, by putting comma otherwise. The delimiter, separator is comma. You can use comma for separating. Using throws keyword, a method can propagate one or more exceptions to the caller method. Am I clear with this?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next. What about throw keyword? Throw keyword used to throw at a time how many exception objects?
Only one.
Only one. Okay, throw keyword is to throw the exception object, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Throw keyword is to throw the exception object. But how many exception objects at a time?
Only one.
One. Yeah. Throw keyword can throw only one exception object at a time. We can't use comma and we cannot throw more than one, like throws. Only one exception object at a time. Okay, right? Can I write a try, catch, and throws both at a time for a method?
No.
Okay. The question comes here. Question is, can we write a try, catch? And throws at a time for a method?
No, sir.
Okay. Let me tell you. Answer is yes. Answer is what here? Yes. Yes, we can write. See, I will give an example. I mean, just let us see the example of how that we can do it everywhere. For example, let's go back to, okay, this is a big example, but we have something called as our previous exception demo. I think I have removed it. Okay, no issues. I will write here, just you can understand. You people can able to understand it's very easy. What I'm trying to say is now, I have a method. Got it. I have a method. Okay, let's say I have a method called public void m1. Leave about that. Just simple method, public void m1. M1 is my method. I have a method called m1. I repeat once again. I have a method where my method name is what? m1. M1 is my method. Am I clear with you? Public void m1. Okay. Everyone, public void m1. M1 is my method. I use the yeah. Next, we have a method. What's the method name? Public void m1. In m1, see, in m1, I'm writing try block. Try. I'm writing try. There are some statements here, okay? So, I mean, I'm not writing the statements. These are try block where there are some statements exist. And from this, we are suspecting there is an exception may occur. But try, I'm defining catch block. And this catch block is to handle arithmetic exception. Which exception? Arithmetic exception. If really that exception occurs, then how could you display this exception? How can you able to display this exception? I can use system.out.println of ex. This is my method. I have a question to you. What if there is a null pointer exception, or what if there is array index out of bounds exception? Will this catch can handle it? This catch can catch only. This catch is for which exception? This is a catch for arithmetic exception. But it cannot catch null pointer exception. It cannot catch array index out of bounds exception. It can't, right? This is because this catch is only for what?
Arithmetic
exception. What if, for example, if I get null point exception, or what if, for example, I get array index out of bounds exception? This catch cannot handle it. Am I right? What can I write now? I can propagate that exception to the caller of M1 method. I can propagate the exception to the caller of M1. How can I propagate that? How can a method can propagate exception to the caller method? Throws null pointer exception. Tell me at a time what and what I'm using. Try catch blocks I'm using, and also I'm using throws. This is allowed. That's what the question. Did you understand the question first? Can we write try catch and throws at a time for a method?
Yes.
Yes, we can write. That's what answer. Did you got the answer here? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. So you got to know about throw and throws. The two keywords. Throw is used in Method body. Throws is used in method header or signature. Throw can throw at a time how many exception objects?
Throws will be multiple and throw only one.
Throw will be
Only one.
one exception object. It can throw only one exception object at a time. What about throws? Throws can propagate.
Multiple.
Throws is mainly for propagating. Propagating means transferring, sending. Yeah, caller. So throws can propagate. Multiple exceptions also to the caller method. But throw can throw only one exception object. These are the two differences between throw and throws. Okay, throw and throws. Okay. Generally, when to use a throw? When to use a throw keyword? When to use a throw keyword? Throw keyword use it to throw the user defined
method.
And built in.
Generally I'm talking about. So of course we can also throw predefined exceptions also, but generally we use it for throwing the user defined exception objects.
Explicitly.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that it is a difference, because if you look at my code, what I'm throwing here using throw keyword, what I'm throwing illegal argument exception object, but illegal argument exception is a user defined exception or predefined exception? Predefined exception. Illegal argument exception is a predefined exception.
Predefined exceptions.
Understand my question first, okay? If you look at this line number 10, there is a throw keyword, but here I am using throw keyword to throw the user defined exception object, because insurance not found exception is a
User defined exception.
user defined exception object, user defined exception class. That's what mostly we use. I'm not saying that it's a difference. Mostly we use the throw keyword to throw the user defined exception objects. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that we cannot use it for throwing the predefined exception objects. Even we can also use for that reason. I mean, if you look at my example here and here in the two statements, who is illegal argument exception? It's a predefined exception object. Yeah. So we can use it even for that also. Don't worry about that. So this is about to know with this throw and throws. Now coming to method overriding or method overloading. Let's talk about that one, guys. See here, guys. Yeah, this is another important question. I would like to take one simple Java project, demo project to explain this. Just I'm keeping my project, I mean, my application name as a demo project. Don't worry. Finish stop. Let's click on finish. Let's go ahead. Let's see what I'm trying to say. A new class I'm creating. Doesn't matter whatever the package name it is. Class name I have to enter. So class name is something like sample. Okay, let's say main. With main method. That's okay, cool. Here what I want to explain here. I want to write one class here first. Class A. Inside the class A, first let me write one method, public void m1. Throws, let's say class not found exception. Could you tell me class not found exception is a checked exception or unchecked exception?
Checked.
Throws class not found exception. Could you tell me class not found exception is a checked exception or unchecked exception? I mean, I have given some list. In that list also, I have mentioned this exception class name.
Checked.
Checked. Yeah. Yeah, it's a checked exception. Correct. Let me write public void m1, guys. Of int x. Throws null pointer exception. So I have a question to you. Tell me, this is a method overloading or a method overriding?
Overloading.
This is method. Yeah. Method
Overloading, sir.
overloading, because how many parameters you can see here?
No parameters.
No
No
parameters,
parameters.
but here you can see
One parameter.
one parameter. So there is a difference in
Method.
parameters. This concept name is called method overloading.
overloading.
What's the method name?
M1.
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 M1 is a method name, and this is called method overloading. And of course, overriding we cannot do in a single class, right? If you want
Yes.
to override the method, there must be child class.
Child
Yes,
class.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely it is coming under method overloading. But here, what it is throwing?
Class
Class not
not found.
found exception. What it is propagating here?
Null
Null
pointer.
pointer.
Null pointer X.
Now tell me, is a method overloading? Is depending on any exceptions propagation? Is it the same exception or a different exception?
Different
Different
exception.
Different exception. Class not found is a checked exception. Null pointer is an unchecked exception. Both are two different, right?
Hmm.
Okay. For example, if I write a class not found exception, am I getting any error?
No.
No. Okay, I'll write class not found exception, comma, let's say IO exception. Just I'm writing. Class not found exception, comma, what's the next name I written? IO exception. When I write comma IO exception, then I'm getting error at line number 7. Let's see why this error is occurred. Okay. IO exception cannot be resolved to a type because IO exception is from a package called java.io. So I need import statement. That's it. Nothing more. I need one import statement. Control-Shift-4. IOE capital IO exception. Let's add import statement for this. We can write manually. Actually, it should come automatically. It is not giving me. Don't worry. Okay. But still, I added import java.io.io exception, but still I'm getting an error for IO exception.
Hmm.
Right? Okay.
Because package is another. Okay.
Exception spelling mistake is there.
Yes.
Tell me now, do you have any error at line number 7 now?
No.
No. Of course, import statement also added. That's correct. So tell me here, when I'm writing the method overloading, here the first method is throwing only one exception, right? Is propagating only one exception, but this is propagating two exceptions. Do you have any error here? No. If it throws only one exception, do you have any error? Again, no. Which means basically what to understand now? Method overloading, when you're overloading the method overloading doesn't check for throws. Doesn't check for throws means what? It doesn't check for exceptions propagation. Exceptions propagation means what? Whether throws is throwing one exception or throws is throwing propagating two exceptions or three. It doesn't check anything like that. Did you understand this point now? This is called method overloading. Let's remove this. Now let me write class B.
Overriding.
Extends class A. Now here I want to override. Okay, I want to override the method M1. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. Tell me which method I want to override here. M1.
One.
This is M1. This is M1. I want to override the method M1. Override is the annotation I told you that you can use. M1 is a method you have to override. Okay. Guys, here throws which exception here?
Class not found.
Class not found. Here I wanted class not found exception, comma, IO exception. Tell me what I am getting now.
Error.
Error at line number 11.
11.
Which means, I have a question to you. IO exception belongs to checked exception or unchecked exception?
Checked exception.
Checked exception.
Yes.
Checked exception only. IO exception is checked exception, class not found exception, file not found exception. They are all comes under one category called as checked exception classes. Okay, right. Tell me, if I am overriding the method, observe here in the parent class, if the parent class method throws class not found exception, when I'm overriding that method in child class, if I add class not found exception, comma IO exception, what I'm getting?
Error.
Error.
Error. Again, understand. No, I'll tell you one by one. Okay, let's remove this. We got one answer. Because many things are there actually. I'm trying to give each and every point. Otherwise, I can skip all these things and I can start the next topic also. But if this question comes in an interview, then you should be able to tell answer, right? So
Yes.
for that reason, I'm explaining all the points. Each and every point I'm explaining before concluding this example. See here. I remove these throws. I remove this. Do I have any error now at line number 11?
No.
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 No. Okay. Which means what? If the parent class method throws any checked exception, this checked exception only, na?
Yes.
Yes.
Child class method must throw the same checked exception,
No, not required.
or okay, the child class method or overridden method can propagate the same exception, the same checked exception, or
Any other
Or-
exception.
it may not propagate the exception.
Yes.
Because I'm not writing throws now.
Yes.
I'm not writing throws means what? What is the meaning of I'm not writing throws?
It means we cannot.
It means
propagate
this
the
method
exception.
is not propagating the exception to the caller. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Yes. Now tell me if the parent class method throws a checked exception. For example, if it throws one checked exception, can child class method throw more than one checked exception?
Yes.
If it is yes, then why you got error last when I have written a comma IO exception when I written, you got error now?
Yes. Error, but I think this is a checked exception now. So
That
checked
is the
exception.
same. I am also asking about checked exception only.
Yeah, compile time will be compiler will be verified. I think.
Throws, see, class not found exception. And I've written what? IO exception, right? IO exception also checked only, na?
Yes.
Then what I am getting here?
Error.
Error. Which means what? If you are overriding the parent class method in child class, if a parent class method throws a checked exception, child class method also must throw the same checked exception only. But it cannot throw more than one checked exception. Am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
It cannot throw any other exception, any other checked exception.
Opposite.
Now, I'll tell you all the things I'll tell you. Okay. One by one, I'll come in an order. This time, null pointer exception. I have a question to you. Do you have an error at line number 11?
No, sir.
Why?
Because this is a runtime
Unchecked.
runtime
Null pointer
exception,
exception is
sir.
the checked exception or unchecked exception?
Unchecked exception, sir.
Unchecked exception. Unchecked exception.
exception.
Did you get my point? Which
Yes,
means
sir.
what? When you are overriding a parent class method in child class can propagate. Okay, child class can propagate.
The only one exception.
Okay, no,
Sure.
child class can propagate unchecked exceptions. Okay, but it must propagate the same checked exception. What is the checked exception here?
Class not found exception.
Class not found exception. If I remove the class not found exception, if I write IO exception, for example,
Error.
then what I'm getting?
Error.
Error. Because parent class method is propagating
Class not found.
class not found exception. Child class method is propagating IO exception.
IO
Both are
exception.
checked exceptions only, but they are different. Na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Which means what to understand here? What is the
It-
statement to say?
It means same
If a
same
parent
method.
class,
Yeah.
if a parent class method propagates a checked exception, okay,
Same checked exception. should be
the child
propagated
class
in
method also must propagate the same checked exception,
Checked.
but it can propagate unchecked exceptions
unchecked
additionally.
exception. Yes.
Okay, additionally it can propagate what?
Null point.
Unchecked exception.
Unchecked. Null point is unchecked exception, na?
Yes.
Yes. So did you get the first question? 2 questions are completed here. I will write all the questions now. Class not found exception, comma, a null pointer exception, comma. For example, number format exception. Tell me who is number format exception?
He is also
Checked
Number
exception.
format exception is a checked exception or unchecked exception?
Checked.
Oh my God, it is unchecked exception.
Okay.
It is the number format exception is unchecked exception.
yes.
Array index out of bounds exception, null pointer exception, number format
Check.
exception, arithmetic exception, illegal
Okay.
argument exception, class cast exception. These are all comes under unchecked.
Unchecked exception.
Yeah. Number format exception is unchecked. Tell me, am I getting any error at line number 11? No,
No.
because null pointer exception, number format exception, these are checked or unchecked?
Unchecked.
Unchecked.
Sir.
Check.
Unchecked. These are unchecked exceptions. Am I clear with you?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Yes. So what is the answer to say? What's the question answer to say? These are all okay. I want to write the question. I want to write the question. What's the question here? Okay. If you overload a method or simply question like this. Is method overloading depends on propagating the exceptions with the throws keyword
No.
is a question. What's the answer for this? No, I told overloading I'm talking, not overriding. I'm talking about what? I'm talking
Overloading.
about overloading. Just now I told you, na, when in overloading, it doesn't care about throws. Am I clear with you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next question. Is method overriding now? Is method overriding depends on propagating the exceptions with the throws keyword? What is the answer for this now?
Yes.
Yes. Now we have tried points for this one by one. What's the point here? If a parent class method throws what?
Checked exception.
Checked exception.
Then the child class.
Then the
should
child
also-
class method also can throw the same checked exception, but it cannot throw more than one. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If a parent class method throws a checked exception, then child class overridden method is also allowed to throw
Same child class.
allowed
Same
to throw
Same parent
allowed to
class
throw or throws. Okay, if actually throw is a word I'm using, but it's looking like a keyword. Okay, is allowed to propagate, better word. Is allowed to propagate only the same
parent class checked exception.
checked exception. Simple. The same checked exception using throws. Am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
So Only points will not give you the correct clarity on this. That's why I'm copying it. Example 1. Example 1. Let me decrease the font size. Example 1. Tell me, here the parent class method M1 throws which exception? Class not found.
Class.
Here also it is throwing what? Class not found. Tell me, is it valid? Is it correct?
Yes, valid.
It's correct. Example 2. Same thing I'm writing. Example 2, same thing. But this time I want right here class not found exception, comma.
Unchecked exceptions.
No, IO exception I'm writing. First we'll start with checked only.
Okay.
Tell me now. Is it a correct or is it error?
Error.
This is error.
Error.
This is an error. Why? Because IO exception is one more
Yeah, this is a check exception.
checked exception.
Yeah.
Did you got the answer for this question?
Yes.
Next
Yes,
point.
sir.
Next point. Okay. The overridden method in child class. Or let me write something like this. Okay, directly I'm writing. The overridden method in child class is allowed to propagate what? It is allowed to propagate any
Unchecked.
additional which exceptions? No, checked, unchecked.
Unchecked exceptions.
Right. It is allowed to propagate additional
Unchecked
Unchecked.
exceptions.
unchecked exceptions.
But not checked exceptions.
Okay, simply is allowed to propagate additional unchecked exceptions.
Okay.
Again, example. So these are the things I want to tell you. Same example, once again, I'm copy pasting. Let us decrease the font. Tell me now, class not found exception, comma. What can I write?
Null pointer
Null
exception.
pointer exception. Is it allowed?
Yes.
Is it allowed, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Later you write. This is correct. This is correct. That's what I'm trying to say. Am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
Let's see whether can. Yeah. Is it correct? This is correct. Okay. Right. So because null pointer exception is a which type of exception?
Unchecked exception.
Unchecked exception. Okay. Unchecked exception. Understand? Unchecked exception. Okay. Good. Just I want to give clarity like this. This is the overloading overriding. Do remember all these points. Next question. Next. Try with multi-exception cache block. Try with multi-exception cache block. Okay. Actually, we know try with the multiple cache blocks. But see the difference here. This is not a multi-cache block. It is multi-exception cache block. Which means within a single cache block, we can write a cache block to handle multiple exceptions also. No need of writing multiple cache blocks. Did you get my point? Instead of writing multiple cache blocks, we can write one cache block to handle multiple exceptions. Okay. Did you get my point? Suppose I have two exceptions, but for both the exception class or for both exceptions, exception handling is same, for example. Then tell me instead of writing two separate cache blocks to handle them, we can add single cache block also. This is called what? Multi-exception catch block. Multi-exception catch block.
That's well.
Let's see how we write. This is try. Okay, leave about all these things. So I want to remove this class B and these throws. This is done. You got to know. Inside this now, see try block is there. This is try block. For the try block, what can I take? Catch block now? Catch. Catch for which exception? Let's say arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception, yes. Next, there is one more catch. Let's say it is for null pointer exception or arithmetic array index out of bounds. Just I'm writing array index out of bounds exception. Tell me how many catch blocks we are writing here?
2.
2. Can we write 2 catch blocks?
Yes.
When there is a single try block, can we write multiple catch blocks?
Yes.
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 We can write. Why not? We can write. You know which is the correct order and which is the wrong order?
Yes.
Pair.
Tell me. Tell me which is the correct
Specific
order and which
first.
is the wrong order of writing this.
Specific the generic.
Wrong order from parent to child.
Parent to child.
If you write catch for superclass, who is a superclass? Generic class exception.
Exception.
Yeah. If you write catch for exception first, then catch for specific exceptions like arithmetic null pointer, that will give compile time error. But if you write a catch for specific exceptions first, followed by catch for exception class, that is accepted. Correct. Allowed. Please read the notes, okay? Please try to read the notes every day. Every single time you need to think on Java only, that's it. Don't think anything else, okay? Try to read the notes every day. Go through the videos once again. Okay, watch the video again. For example, if you are having any doubt or all exception handling videos, please try to watch them again, okay? Good, go ahead. So, tell me here, how many catch blocks I'm defining?
2.
2. 2. But see, if I want, I can do one thing. Instead of writing the 2 catch blocks, I can write only 1 catch block and I can handle both arithmetic exception as well as array index out of bounds exception. Both I can do in 1 catch block only.
Yes.
Both I can do in what? 1
One
catch block
block.
only. See how can I do that?
Exception and EX.
Arithmetic.
You can write.
No, I'm not talking about that. Exception means that is going to handle every exception, right?
Yes. Yes.
But I want to write only for these 2. Arithmetic exception, pipe symbol, array index out of bounds exception. Yes. Look at the syntax here. Tell me how many exception classes are visible to you?
2.
Arithmetic exception, pipe. This is called pipe symbol.
Yes.
Now this is called what?
Array
Array index out of bounds exception. Tell me now, this catch block now can catch a single exception. This is a catch for arithmetic exception, or it is a catch for both?
Both.
Both.
Both means multi exceptions now. Who are the multiple exceptions here?
Arithmetic exception.
Arithmetic
and
exception and
Array
Index.
index,
array index out of bounds exception. Am I clear with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I clear with you, folks?
Yes. Sir.
Yes. Please try to understand this. Just I'm writing that method just to okay, this is a way of writing it. So can we write like this or not? Means answer is what? Yes, we can. This is try block. This is try block, and for the try block, I'm defining what? Catch block. But tell me, this catch block is to handle one exception or two exceptions? Two exceptions. This is called what? This is called what exception catch block? Multi-exception catch block. Multi-exception catch. How can you write a multiple exception catch block?
Using pipe
By using
symbol.
pipe symbol. Okay, I can use space also, no problem. Pipe, just a pipe symbol, single pipe symbol. You know, or when you're writing logical operator end or not, you are writing or no. Or means how many pipe symbols? Two pipes. This is single pipe. That's it. Nothing more. So am I good with this topic? Now we are going to discuss about the last point to discuss about exception handling. Okay, that is called try with resources. This is actually given from Java 7. Okay, version is not required. You'll understand now. It is there now. Try with resources. Actually, so far we know about try block, catch block, and finally block. These are called blocks. No? What are the two keywords that we discussed today? Is throw and throws.
Throw and throws.
Finally, exception handling keywords are try, catch, finally, throw and throws. These five are used to handle the exceptions. Okay, right? Now, what is the use of finally block? What is the purpose of finally block? I mean, why we write finally block generally?
If you need code to execute no matter what.
We know that finally block is get executed for irrespective of the exception. Which means exception if occurs in the try block or if it doesn't occur. Suppose if exception occurs in try block, control jumps to catch. After that again control jumps to finally. If exception does not occur in try block, control directly jumps to finally. But finally will be definitely executed. Na? So purpose of finally is what generally mostly in real time. Finally block used to release the resources. Release the resources means resource could be a database connection or the resource could be a file. Okay. And we want to close the connection with the database or we want to close the connection with a file or we want to close connection with some network server. Something like that. That is called what finally? Finally is to release the resources.
Resources and maintain the clean code.
Yeah. Try, catch, finally. Finally is to release the resources. We cannot any cleanup code inside. Okay, you are correct. We cannot any cleanup code in the finally. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the point. Yeah, good. But from Java 7, I mean, new feature is when you're writing the try block only, you can write the try block with parameters. So far, we know catch block as a parameter. Try block doesn't have any parameter. Even finally block also does not have any parameter. We know only catch with parameter. Parameter is there in parenthesis. Now, try with resources means we can write a try with parameter. Try with parameters, which means we can write a try, open the parenthesis, then you can start curly brace. But try what we can write obviously, catch. Catch, we can catch exception here. I mean, okay, I'm writing, could be any exception. Exception EX. Did you understand this case? Previously, what do you know? Catch with parameter. Only catch contains parentheses, right? But now we can write try with parameters. Try with parentheses. What to write here? I will write. Okay. When you're writing try with resources means we can write a try with parameter. It could be one parameter or multiple also. try with parameters. The parameters must be auto-closable objects. What objects? Auto-closable objects. The parameters must be auto-closable objects. Okay. Which means, see, whether exception occurs in the try block or does not occur in the try block. The resources used with the try, resources means objects. The resources used with the try will be automatically closed. What does it mean now? You no need of writing the finally block. Because what to write in finally block? You want to release the resources. You want to release the resources means you want to release the, for example, database connection. You want to release the, you want to release the, or you want to close the file. You want to release the connection with the network, something like that. That is called cleanup code. If you write a try with resources, the resources are the objects which are used in with the try will be automatically closed even though exception occurs or does not occur. Which means what? No need of writing finally block. Now this concept name is given as what? Try with resources. Try with resources means what to do? We can pass, what we can pass? Parameters. We can pass parameters to the try statement. For the try statement, what I am passing? Parameters within parentheses. The parameters must be what type of parameters? They are auto-closable objects. Auto-closable objects. What is the meaning of auto-closable object? If any class or interface, anything, if any object which implements auto-closable interface, in Java there is an interface called what? Auto-closable. Auto-closable. CLOSEABLE. This is one interface in Java. What is the name of the interface? Auto-closable. Okay, there is an interface in Java called auto-closable. If any object which implements auto-closable interface is called auto-closable object. Is called which object? Auto-closable object. Am I clear, folks?
But sir, what are the use of auto-closable interface? Sir?
That is what they have close method. For example, connection in database should be closed, na?
Yeah.
That close method is there in auto-closable.
Okay.
Okay. Did you get my point, folks? What I'm trying to say once again. Try with resources means first is what? We can write the try block or we can write the try statement with the parameters. The parameters of try block must be, or try statement must be auto-closable objects. Or the advantage of writing the try with parameters is there is no need of writing the finally block. Whether exception occurs in the try block or exception does not occur in the try block. Try block. The resources must be closed automatically. The resources will be definitely closed. So there is no need of writing finally block. Finally block. Yes. Suppose if exception occurs, then what happens? Catch block will execute na?
Yes, sir.
At the same time, whatever the resources are used in the try statement, they are also closed na?
Yes, sir.
There is no need of writing which block?
Finally block.
Finally block. Did you got the concept name?
Yes.
This concept name is called?
Try with resource.
Try with resources. Okay. Let me show you some examples here. Go ahead. These are all you are going to in advanced Java actually. It is required in advanced Java, but in core Java we have a topic. That's why I'm explaining it. You can see what's the interface name here? Connection. Connection. Tell me this interface connection extends another interface called wrapper and another interface called what?
Auto-closable.
Auto-closable. Which means a connection object, a connection type of object. A connection type object is what type of object? Auto-closable object. It is auto-closable object. Next. These are all advanced Java concepts, JDBC topic.
Yes. Statement.
Okay, look at this. What the interface name here? Statement. It
Statement.
extends what? Wrapper, comma,
Auto closable.
auto closable, which means what?
It means
A statement
object.
type object is also what type of object?
Auto closable.
Auto closable object. So tell me, if I have an object of type connection, then tell me that must be closed, that connection must be closed.
Yes.
If I have a statement, if I have an object of type statement, that must be closed,
Auto closable. Yes,
right?
sir.
Then these are what type of objects?
Auto closable.
Auto closable objects. So if I use these type of objects with a try statement, in try statement, then tell me once the try block is executed, whether exception occur or does not occur, definitely these objects are got closed. Na?
Close. Yes, sir.
There is no need of writing which block now?
Finally.
Final.
Final block. That's what the concept name called. What's the concept name given in
Try
Java?
with resource.
Try with resource. Try with resources. For example, I'm writing a result set. Just observe it.
This is also.
Now look at this. Result set extends what? Wrapper, comma,
Auto closable.
means result set. An object of type result set is also what type of object? Auto closable object. What object? Auto closable object. So tell me, if these are auto closable objects, can I use them in the try statement? Yes.
Yes.
Because in try statement, we can only use what type of objects?
Auto closable type.
Auto closable objects. What is the advantage of writing try with objects?
Try with object. It means
Once a
we
try
cannot
block is executed, either exception occur or does not occur, those objects are going to be closed.
close.
So there is no need of writing separately.
Finally.
Finally block to close them. They are automatically closed. This concept name is called
Try with resource.
try with resources. Am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I will do is just I will start writing the points, because these examples I cannot explain now. Only I can only explain, but I cannot show you practically because we are not into that JDBC. These you are going to learn in advanced Java class. Okay. So first of all, what is the point of try with resources? Try. Tell me, try with resources means try with resources means writing try statement with parameters. Am I right or not? What we can pass here? Parameters we can pass to whom? Try statement. Earlier, parameter only for catch block, catch statement. But try statement also can have parameters. That's called try with resources. Okay, so try with resources means writing try statement with parameters. Tell me, the parameters of a try statement must be what type of objects? Auto closable objects.
Object.
What type of objects? Auto closable
Auto
objects.
closable.
First of all, what is auto closable?
Auto
Auto closable is an interface. Is an interface. And any object, okay, any object which implements auto closable is said to be, or is called, what it may be, is said to be what type of object? Auto closable object. Like a connection object, statement object, those are all auto closable objects. For example, connection object, statement object, result set object, etc. These are what type of objects? Auto closable objects. Next point. What the advantage of writing passing parameters to try? The advantage of passing parameters to try statement is if exception occurs,
Not occurs.
if exception occurs, or does not occur. In which block?
Try.
In try block. These resources means objects only, na? Will be automatically closed.
Closed.
Will be automatically
Closed.
closed. So there is no need of defining
Finally block.
a finally block. Okay, na?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, auto closable interface, which package are available?
Java.lang only.
Okay.
Default package in Java.
Okay.
Default package in Java. Auto closable. Open it. What's the package name?
Java.lang.
Java.lang. What is the interface name?
Auto closable.
Auto closable. What's the method it has?
Close.
Auto closable.
Close. Okay. Done. I'm done from my end. I want to write one more statement before I wind up the class for today. What's the point I want to write is just the example I'm writing. Try. Parenthesis. Parameters, na? See. For example, I'm writing connection. Actually, these statements currently you cannot understand. I mean, statement only just you remember. And the statement of creating connection object is like this. Driver manager. Don't ask me what is all these things. You will understand in JDBC. Dot get connection. Something like this. Don't worry. If you write more than one, we can use comma. Comma for more than one. This is first object. Statement stmt equal to conn dot create statement. Only just remember, because I cannot explain, you cannot understand both. Because this concept you have to learn mostly in JDBC class, Advanced Java class. Some statements, don't worry. For try block, what I'm writing here, catch. Exception, EX. And you can write system.out.println of EX. But am I writing finally block here? No. Am I writing a finally block here? No, because automatically what happens, these objects are closed. So passing objects as parameters to the try statement is called try with resources. How many objects I'm passing as parameters? Two objects. First one is conn, comma. Second one is stmt. Okay. First object is a connection type object. Second object is a statement. Both are auto closable objects. Can I pass any other object as a parameter? Means answer is no. You will get error, compile time error. Only what type of objects we can pass as parameters? Auto closable objects only. Auto closable objects only. Am I clear?
Yes.
Am I clear? Done. So this is all about exception handling, guys. From tomorrow, we will start with a new topic. I'm going to share this document with you. This is containing complete exception handling, beginning to ending. Okay.
So when will we start it for Advanced Java, sir?
That please connect with Ashok IT admin. Okay. And please get the info. I don't have any idea. I mean, I don't have any date or tentative timing, something like that. So please connect with admin and try to find when this Advanced Java is going to start. Okay.